Oh, it's exciting for you.
Hey, welcome back to Bad Tofu. I am Brad. That's Laura.
Hello.
And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to do some Reddit stories for you and see how that goes. We have some pre-recorded PowerWash footage in the background.
That Bradley did play. This is Bradley's game footage still. I mean, technically.
Yeah, I still did play
doing
the
the same thing.
Yeah. We're just going to read Reddit stories, though, and we're going to go back and forth.
Yeah. I've had 4 cups of coffee this morning.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have
do you
2
wanna go
here.
first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
But the first one I have is an Am I the Asshole story.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole for having an issue with my new girlfriend using her deceased ex's nudes as masturbation material?
Ew, what the fuck? Okay. Wait, what? Hold on, can you I just need you to repeat the question.
Would I be the asshole for having an issue with my new girlfriend using her deceased ex's nudes as masturbation
She's using her ex's nudes. Her dead. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, this one sounds really complicated.
Oh God. No, you're not the asshole. Break up. Sorry, go ahead.
I, male, 28, recently got out of a relationship. It was messy and traumatizing for me. My ex and me lived together. Now he's moved out, and a few weeks ago, Chelsea, female 32, moved in. She had a thing for me right away, and we went on a few dates, rushed bases, did all the bad things to do early on in a relationship. We officially started dating last week. But I noticed recently when she goes back to her room, I'll start hearing one of her toys through the walls. It's a loud vibrator. A Lovense. A Lovense? Is it Lovense or Love Sense? I don't know. This says Lovense one. She will literally go from me making her orgasm to going to her room to orgasm more. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't
get her there. I'm sorry, you didn't.
At first I found it kind of off-putting because I felt kind of like she was slighting me for it. The one night I heard her ... crying while also hearing the vibrator still going. So I knock on her door. She opens it after a few minutes, still crying. She tells me that night that a year ago her fiance died in an accident. Aww. And that intimacy with me makes her feel dirty and like she is betraying his memory.
Okay.
Then she told me that after she has sex with me, she goes back to her room to rewatch and look at nudes and not suitable for work videos her ex had sent her in the past. Stuff from when they were like 19, 20, all the way until before he passed. She had saved it all. She even tried showing me.
Oh, the romance.
He actually looked a bit like me, which made me feel kind of off-put. And from how she talks about him, he had some of the same mannerisms as I do as well. But knowing she's getting off to her deceased ex-fiance's nudes, when I'm in the room over...
he's not an ex-fiance. He's dead.
Yeah, he's not ex.
They didn't
dead.
break up. That is her dead fiance.
Yeah. When I'm in the room over and I can hear her getting off to them, it makes me feel weird.
Feel
weird too.
It makes me feel weird. Sorry, I know there's probably still more. Firstly, it's really hard for me to remember you're not actively playing PowerWash Simulator, and because I keep trying to tell you to spray things. Anyways, but here, so she is a roommate originally. First and foremost, she moved in to take up the other roommate's space. She's in a separate room. It's not like they are in a relationship and moved in together and then he found out. Originally their relationship was roommates, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw up. Okay, if there's more, keep reading.
I want to ask her to stop, but would I be the asshole for it? The Lovense she uses was apparently a gift from him when he was on deployment. I don't know if I would be the asshole here or not. Additional context.
You shouldn't be in a relationship. Sorry, go ahead.
Additional context. She applied to a roommate ad I put on Facebook. We did not know each other prior. She asked me on a date a week after she moved in. She initiated most of the beginning stages. I am straight. My last partner was a girl when we started dating, but transitioned, and so I use he/him. I left the relationship because I wasn't into a trans guy with a penis because I like vagina. It was a
wait, so his last roommate was his boyfriend.
I don't. So girlfriend at first.
No, yeah.
I don't
but
know
like
if they,
at the end.
I don't know if it's the same situation as here. They might have already been dating and then moved in together. I'm not sure. But then they transitioned while they were living together. Saying it was a lot of bullshit in the end to deal with. I don't see that as trauma for you. Sounds more like trauma for your partner having to go through the transition process. That can't be easy
without a supportive.
But I mean, at least they're doing the bare minimum here and using the right pronouns.
They are doing the bare minimum. I'm so proud of you.
And
OP.
also, I do see a lot of hate.
condescending.
I do see a lot of hate for people to be like, "Hey, look, I understand that you are a woman, but I'm like, but I'm not a fan of penis." And I see a lot of people get hate for that, and I don't understand that.
No, I totally get that. Like, I think it's a really difficult situation for everybody.
Yeah, it is really difficult, really complicated. But there is somebody that's into everything. Like, there is always somebody for you.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't have to hold on to a relationship if you're not comfortable anymore. Like,
there's a huge
totally
update.
Which, oh my God,
that
there is?
Okay, I have not
right.
read.
Sorry, I got sidetracked a little bit. Okay, wait, yeah, so wait, before you read the update, I really hope OP stops dating the roommate because she clearly is very emotionally invested in her.
It sounds like they
fiance,
both went through what they both consider to be trauma before this relationship.
OP does not think that was trauma. Sorry.
No, OP thinks that what they went through was trauma.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
I'm
they
not
both
gonna,
think that they went through trauma, and who's to say? Maybe it did
You're
traumatize
right.
them.
It could have been a traumatic experience, depending on how it was.
Yeah, like if they really loved this person, but then it made them question their own sexuality, that could also be traumatizing. So I mean, we don't know the whole situation at all.
You're right.
I don't think. Honestly, I don't think anybody is the asshole here as of right now.
I feel
we
like
haven't read the update.
Roommate, right. I feel like roommate lady, like she definitely just wanted to date him because she's lonely.
Because she's lonely, and he reminds her of her fiance.
Which is very sad.
Is really,
and also very complicated.
Very complicated. Like, we can't call her an asshole in this situation because it just sucks. The situation just sucks.
Okay, I'm ready for the update.
I think they both should probably end the relationship.
That's not healthy. It's bad for both. I mean, it's bad for OP for sure. Like, that's not going to be good for your mental health. Like, knowing that you're kind of second best runner-up for a dead person.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
Okay.
That's so sad.
Update 1. Talked to Chelsea tonight, and she started screaming at me about adding more stress to her plate when she is still figuring out stuff with her deceased ex. Then maybe don't date somebody.
Yeah, don't date somebody.
You might be turning yourself into
everybody. Right.
She might be the asshole after the update.
We'll see how it goes.
I just need you.
I'm sorry.
I need you. You need to be more understanding of my needs. This is the girlfriend of my needs, and not be selfish about how you feel sexually.
What?
It was honestly crazy. I didn't even bring up how I felt sexually about it at all. She just thought it was entirely from a sexual perspective. I told her I wanted her to leave and that I would give her first month's rent back and a down deposit.
Oh yeah, because this hasn't been long that they lived together.
No, it was not long.
It was all very, very fresh and new. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So I caved. Oh wait.
Oh, no.
She said she wanted to talk more about it in the morning, crying, and begged me to just wait until the morning. So I caved. Okay. I said yes. So I'll let y'all know what happens more tomorrow.
Okay.
Anything to say before I read update 2?
I'm gonna throw up.
All right, update
Continue.
2. She called the cops on me this morning. I woke up around 10 a.m. to loud banging on my apartment door. I opened it to a cop checking in because he had a domestic violence call. He didn't accuse me, He just asked to come in and look around. He was just asking time, place, questions. I think trying to put my story against hers. Then after we talked a bit more, he told me that she had called them crying, saying I was physically trying to remove her from the apartment, and that she had been crying and hung up abruptly. I told him she wasn't home when I woke up and that all of her stuff looked to be here. Her room was locked though, but it didn't sound like she was home. I sent her some what the fuck texts, but no response. Then I had to go to work. Around 3 p.m., I got a text from her saying, I'm so sorry, but nothing else. So on my lunch break around 5, I head back to the apartment to see if she's home. A girl I didn't know was in our apartment, bagging up stuff.
Okay.
The thing was, she was bagging up my stuff.
Fuck, what the hell? Sorry.
I get pissed, raise my voice. They're telling me if I yell anymore or try to lay hands on them, that they are going to call the police and that they have a right to the items in the apartment since they live there, and nowhere on the lease does it have a separation of property clause.
What the fuck?
I'm just genuinely fucking confused. I called my boss and let him know what was going on. He tells me to take the day off and deal with it. This girl, I'll call her B for the itch, is basically corralling me into our kitchen while Chelsea goes through my room and hers. I called the cops, said they were stealing my stuff. Cops arrived. We traded stories. Apparently, Chelsea said that since she used most of the appliances and items in the apartment, she had ownership claim to them too. I didn't. Keep any receipts of purchasing the items. The cop said if I couldn't provide proof of ownership, then I'm fucked. Told me to take it to small claims. She took my mini fridge from my room, threw all my beer on the bed, microwave, air fryer, the bean bag in the living room, my big monitor, left my computer though in one monitor. She also took all of the towels, all of the silverware, all of the cleaning supplies. There's more, I'm just exhausted. What the fuck do I do? She's gone, but she said I will be giving her her deposit back or else this will be going to court.
Yeah, take her to court.
Yeah. I can't afford a good lawyer. I don't know what proof I can establish against her. I don't really have friends here after my situation with my ex Richie. I just let him make everyone turn against me because I don't have the energy for the drama. Okay, so now I kind of see the trauma that he might have went through.
Yeah.
Just spitballing here. I'm assuming that maybe Richie might have said that they were being transphobic because they didn't want to date them anymore.
Maybe.
And he lost all of his friends, which sucks.
That does suck. But also, I think I'm gonna throw up.
My family lives pretty far away, and when I stayed with Richie, my dad basically turned his back on me and told me under no circumstances to call him. I'm an ally. I'm a feminist. I fucking believe in equality. But I don't know what to do. I can't afford to replace anything, and I think she'll actually take me to court over this. It's
good.
Fucking...
If she takes him to court, then she has to pay. And if he gets a lawyer, he will have to pay fees or whatever. But I guarantee you, if she takes him to court and a judge sits down and looks at this case, a judge is not going to be like, oh, she's in the right.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
I mean, it depends on the judge, man. Depends on the judge. It's fucking whiplash inducing. It all happens so fucking quick. Any advice is needed. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna try to get some overtime at work to get some extra money. Fuck!
Oh my god!
I also have fucking whiplash.
I'm gonna throw up. I didn't.
Okay, so yeah, in the very beginning, neither one of them were the assholes. They were both dealing with trauma, their own personal traumas, and it was, I guess, trauma bonded. Is it still trauma bonded if they bond over just both being through trauma at the same time?
No, I mean, I feel like no, yeah, because it's separate traumas. I feel like maybe they found solace in each other because they were like,
solace.
Oh, we both like went through solace.
Solace.
It's solace.
It's solace.
I always thought it was solace because of console.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure it's solace.
You're probably right. I don't think I've ever said the word out loud before.
Yeah, but at first, neither one of them are the assholes. After update 2, she is a fucking piece of shit.
She is absolutely psychotic.
She is a monster. Don't understand. What if this was all just a setup?
I'm stressed out. I feel bad because like your story is way more interesting than the stuff that I
Yeah, that was
that I picked
a
out.
pretty intense story. It's fine.
My tummy hurts.
That took up about half of our time anyway, so I mean it's fine if the other stories aren't as long. Let's look at some of
Man,
the.
that sucks. Yeah, let me see some of the. Give me some of them comments.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Oh my god, my
Okay.
tummy hurts. I'm gonna throw up. I can't imagine having to deal with that.
Top comment is just, what the fuck did I just read, bro?
Yeah, no shit. That sucks.
I'd leave. Okay, so some of these I'm assuming are from before the updates. Like this was like, I'd leave the relationship personally. She's not ready to be in one. Let's look at new.
New comments.
Oh. I guess because of post limit, I couldn't add the third update to the post. So here it is. Please, I just need advice or help or something. Update 3. B called at around 7 this morning. I didn't know her.
Oh, the girl
yeah.
that was like helping pack
Yeah.
up all the stuff. Okay.
She's the girl and she's the B in apartment 23.
I love that.
I didn't know her and never gave her my number. She told me she was Chelsea's late fiance's sister and that she didn't appreciate me leading her sister along by manipulating her by acting like a nice guy, then being upset when she had baggage. The baggage was his shit.
The fuck?
She thinks I'm a piece of shit that needs to burn in hell, and that I'm lucky she didn't burn me alive in my hellhole of an apartment. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I started crying.
Took all of his stuff.
I started crying. I'm not the most put together guy. I just asked what the fuck were they doing and why they were targeting me. I don't understand. What did I do? B started saying stuff that was obvious lies. Chelsea told her that she told me about her baggage when she moved in, but she didn't. I never knew. Chelsea claimed I was holding sexual favors over her head for a cheap rent, which I wasn't. Oh my god, this person's gonna go to jail for fucking. Oh my god. It's a $1,400 2-bedroom, 2-bath split style apartment. Me and my ex moved in years ago, and we have a nice landlord who never raised the price as long as we kept re-signing for a 13-month lease. We always made payments on time. I make enough to cover the apartment and excess, but it's tight. The only reason I wanted a roommate was because I was lonely as fuck with Richie gone. I charged her $600 a month because she had told me she didn't make a lot of money. She worked as a server for a restaurant. We added her to the lease and she was paying her $600 to my landlord directly while I paid $800. I wouldn't have trusted that. I
don't know. I would rather that than
but I mean, after knowing what kind of person this girl is.
Yeah, but like I've had the problem before where I was giving my rent directly to the person that I was subletting.
Yeah, whenever I was living,
they didn't. Yeah,
when I was living with what's his face, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was living with him and his mom. I was like in my early 20s, and I was giving him my rent because he was, saying he was giving it to her, and then she came up to me and was like, "Hey, where's the rent money? You're 2 months behind."
I literally had the almost exact same situation.
You're 2 months behind, and I was like, "I've been giving that money." And she's like, he said you haven't been paying. And so, but what I did, because I love confrontation, he was home. I went and grabbed him, dragged him into his mother's room, and be like, "Hey, buddy, did I give you rent money?" And he's like, "Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah." And then she starts yelling at him, and I walk out of the room.
Luckily, like when I said I have been paying XYZ my rent, her mom was like, "I believe you. It's just we can't afford to keep,
I know you're talking about
the mortgage." And I was like, "Shit, that's understandable, man."
Okay, we should probably finish this update.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There are other bills, but I just footed those without complaining because what I've always done, because that's what I've always done with Richie when he lived here. My landlord is super chill and always has my back if I'm going to be late on a payment because of another bill. Didn't he just say he'd never been late?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that just means that they've had open communication. So like they
Okay,
probably
okay,
made,
yeah. Anyway,
you know what I mean? Like they made accommodations beforehand.
anyhow, B laid into me just being a baby and crying for a full hour because why were you still on the phone with her before she told me to grow some balls and hung up? Why would you just sit there for an hour and listen to that? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, but also he's lonely, and this is, even though it's a negative interaction, it is a human interaction.
Oh God, yeah. She said a lot of stuff that was just lies. Oh wait, did I already? That I coerced Chelsea into going on a date with me when Chelsea was the one who coaxed me out of being a depressed shit who just laid in bed on my laptop for hours while dealing with the aftermath of my last relationship. She was the one who knocked on my door and asked me to go do stuff with her. She would even pay if it was something I didn't want to do, like skating. She just wanted someone to do things with. That I paid Chelsea for sex against her will, which fucking false. I was traumatized of sex after my ex Richie would force me to be a bottom for him. Oh God.
Oh, that's not nice.
I get anxious when I'm being touched. She basically had to beg me to sleep with her the first time. I think I was coerced, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm so confused on the rules for what coercion versus not. God, yeah, they definitely went through trauma with their ex. Ex sounds like a real asshole. We only did it like 3 times total, and all of them were her engaging it. There's more, but I have to get ready for work. I'm going an hour early and leaving an hour late today with my boss's permission to get some extra cash. At this point, this Reddit thread is all I have to keep track of this chaos, and feel like someone is there for me. I want to reach out to my mother or sister, but I'm generally concerned they're gonna side with my dad because of our conservative upbringing and family.
Ugh.
That because I didn't bump Richie when he transitioned, I'm just fucking alienated from my family.
That's so sad.
I'm fucking 27. What is my life? Did I fuck up in life and now I'm paying for it? No, it sounds like you just have really bad luck. Really bad luck.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know. And 27 is still, you're so young.
Yeah.
You're in your 20s.
That is just rough. Well, first, I'd get the locks changed. Second, reach out to your family. There's little to lose. If you can still swing rent and the basics for now, you're all right. If you really want to try to get your things back, it'll be messy. As she's going to say whatever it takes to get... Yeah, I mean, honestly, it sucks, but he's just going to have to forget about that stuff. Like, everything I've read about this person sounds like she would definitely accuse him of way worse just to win.
Yeah.
So, honestly, it sounds like he just needs to drop it. Like, it sucks ass, and I don't even know. I mean, should he might have to give her fucking deposit and all that shit.
I don't know.
This is scary, like, man. Like, he could go to fucking prison.
It is very scary. It is very scary. Which is why I don't like people.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of... I don't even like people knowing where I live. Like, friends. I don't even invite friends to my home.
Yeah, that's... I'm doing a good job on that little pond right now.
Yeah, your pond is great. I'm so distracted.
All right, do you want to read your story?
Damn. Yeah, I have just one. It's small. It's not even really a story. Our Reddit is, like, I definitely have different subreddits than you do. This is our homestead.
Okay.
Would you buy land next to a cemetery? I'm looking at a 40-acre lot that happens to be next to a small cemetery. I can't figure out why it's been on the market for a long time at what seems like a good price. Am I missing something about it, neighboring a cemetery? Could it affect groundwater or something? Google tells me houses next to cemeteries have lower property values just because of the creepy factor, but I couldn't find any info in relation to homesteading. So I was just curious if anyone had some insight on whether this is a red flag. It's a wooded lot with a river running along the back. The plan is to clear a couple acres for a house and vegetable gardens, maybe some fruit trees. I specifically chose this to read because the top comment says, You will have a lot of neighbors, but they're pretty quiet. And the top response to that was, I don't know. It seems like people are dying to get in there.
That's my favorite joke.
When Bradley came to visit me, every time we were in the car, there are cemeteries all over here. It's New England. Literally every time we drove by one. That people are dying to get in there.
And then I'd slap my knee.
Every time. But no, so would you buy land next to a cemetery?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would.
Well, as a Shaniac, I absolutely would, because I'm assuming the prices are going to be a lot more affordable.
It is. No, it really is more affordable next to cemeteries because creepy, I think. But this person is concerned that like the groundwater is going to be not so good for her garden or their garden.
I mean, no, I think that's good fertilizer.
Maybe, but what if it makes you sick to be eating like body? Nope, I almost threw up.
I don't think it'll make you sick.
Maybe.
Because you're not eating the actual bodies.
Blech.
You're eating the poop that comes from, well, you're not even eating, the bodies get eaten up by the bugs and the worms, and then it gets pooped out into soil, and then you grow fruit, and the fruit and vegetables, they get nutrients from that soil. You're not eating people,
right.
You're just eating really good fruits and vegetables, Dahmer style.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would. Maybe. It depends on how like new, if it's like an old cemetery, like centuries old cemetery, I don't think I would buy it because definitely there's ghosts.
I wouldn't mind because I mean, best case scenario, I just get a really affordable house, no issues whatsoever. Absolute worst case scenario, I get a ghost best friend. I
feel like you already have a ghost best friend.
No, there's just weird coincidences.
The one that turns the lights on.
That was just a weird coincidence. That's all that was.
Okay. All right.
Just weird coincidences.
Sure. Yep. So strange. Coincidences.
Yeah.
Totally real.
Okay, so it could have been, maybe, because it was one of those little ones where you spin the little knob. So maybe it was turned like right in the middle, like one of those, when you do like with like a touch light. And so whenever I reached for it, I had some static electricity built up. So as I was going for it, it kind of ticked it and turned it on.
Right. Yeah. I don't think that's what happened. It's a spinny thing. Like those are hard to turn on as it is. You're saying that you turned it just enough that it was sitting on the edge and then it just happened to go off whenever you were not touching it?
Yeah, I think it was just a coincidence.
Because of static electricity.
Well, I don't know if that's the real reason why, but yeah, there's got to be a scientific explanation for it.
Bodies do have a lot of electricity.
Yeah, it's ghosts aren't real. They're not real.
Okay, well, I disagree. That's fine.
Doesn't matter if you disagree.
Because you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay to be wrong, Laura.
So yeah, I'd have no issue. Honestly, even if ghosts were real, I'd have no issue living there. I think that would be exciting.
Ghosts freak me out.
So you wouldn't? Okay. Would you ever visit me in my ghost home?
I don't know. It depends. Yeah, I don't think I'd be there after dark, but I think it would be nice to visit. I don't know. Maybe I would. It depends on how close they're like setting up their house. It's 40 acres, so like it doesn't mean that they're gonna place their house right next to the cemetery, because that kind of weirds me out. Just the property is bordering the cemetery. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't see any issue with that. Also, growing fruits and vegetables, like I said, and also people use coffins. I guess it depends on how old the cemetery is.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's like a newer cemetery, then I don't really
use coffins for what?
To put bodies in?
To put their bodies in. Yeah.
What are they using coffins for?
What are they using them for, Bradley? For naps? No, you said the garden, and then you said people use coffins, so I just kept imagining somebody buying like a coffin and putting their garden bed in it, that would be so expensive. Don't do that.
Yeah. Just put me in a little canoe, push me out to the ocean, and set me ablaze. I think that'd be really cool.
Following your Viking roots.
I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be really dope.
They have places where, well, not necessarily like that, but they have places where you can still be cremated on a pyre, which I think is neat.
Like,
Oh no, a phone call. I
pause?
forgot to silence my phone. My bad.
Do you not need to answer it?
No, I
Okay.
don't need to. It's not the school.
I do have one more story for us.
Do we have? I mean, I have one more too, but
Yeah, we have time. There is
we're
in
at
this
30.
Yeah, but
We're at 30.
I wanted to go for this whole little power wash thing, which there's still 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that this was like, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it.
The virgin culture has ruined my life. This is a
Excellent.
true off my chest story.
Okay.
I, 45 female, come from an evangelical Christian family. From our young age, we have been taught that girls should stay a virgin till their marriage. I grew up with this thought as well. I stayed the good girl that everyone thought I was. We weren't even allowed to see kissing in the movies. I got married at a very young age, at 17, to a man who was 29.
Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're a baby.
I got pregnant 5 times. I was always told that only a woman who is devoted to her husband and pleases him will go to heaven. I didn't even know women could have orgasms.
Oh, sweet child.
Sex with him was always uncomfortable, but in my mind, if I denied him, I was committing a sin.
Yep.
I didn't even reject him when I was 5 weeks postpartum. Though I should have, but I was afraid of him. In my mind, he was a good husband because he didn't beat me, but he definitely financially and sexually abused me. I was told that the more you suffer, the more likely you will be in the Lord's you will be the Lord's favorite.
Yeah.
My breaking point came when I found my husband was having an affair. I confronted him, and he said to stay out of it, that he is a man and it is in his right to have multiple women.
Ew.
Even in the school that we went to has taught us it is perfectly okay for a man to have multiple women, but not for a woman to have multiple men because it messes with their heads.
What the fuck?
This is Handmaid Tale. Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
For 5 years straight, I had to endure my husband's infidelity, his abuse, his neglect.
They had 5 kids in 5 years.
Yeah. During this time, I got on the internet and met some other religious women who were taught the same. They made me realize that I am a human too. My feelings matter, and what was happening to me is not right. I didn't have a job, and I never worked a day in my life, so it was not possible for me to get a divorce. But someone told me that in my state, I do not need a job to file. And since are there some states where you have to have a job to file for divorce?
I mean, probably because people want. I mean, I think it negatively impacts women more, but like financial abuse.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, some states are trying to go back to saying that you can't get a divorce unless your spouse is like abusing you, physically abusing
really
you.
Fucking gross. You should be able to get a divorce for whatever reason. If you're not happy
Literally any
together,
reason.
why are you together?
Just get that big D, baby.
And since I have been out of work for 20 years, I can easily get alimony. It was a long battle. Long story short, my parents disowned me. My husband has tried multiple times to delay the divorce, but it was of no use. I got alimony, but lost the custody of my kids. My oldest one doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah.
Our kids were hurt a lot, but I think it was for the best because I was still broke and a mess. It took me a while to build a foundation for myself. I am still in a good place. I am still not in a good place. I am in therapy. After my divorce, I started dating. I casually dated a few people, and people have given me way more love and affection than I have ever received in my own marriage.
That's so sad.
I will never forget that one guy who made me orgasm for the first time.
Good for you, girl.
I cried when that happened, and he held me.
Oh.
In my marriage, my husband rarely ever hugged me or showed affection towards me. I never knew my body could even do that. I didn't think I would be still desirable after my body was broken after having 5 kids. Lady, your body's not broken.
No.
I wish I didn't get married sooner. I've dated a woman with like 7 kids.
And he didn't even know.
I didn't even know. Yeah, she didn't tell me.
Well, I mean, she kind of did.
Okay. Should I say that? Should I say the? Okay, so I was dating this girl. Let's call her C. And we met on Tinder. Went on our first date. Really nice date. But when we're at the restaurant, she said, "Oh, by the way, I have 27 children." And it was more like 7 or whatever. But I was like, I thought she was joking because like, she didn't say it in like a too serious way. It was weird.
Also, she's like super young.
Yeah, she was
Dude,
young.
this is whenever you guys were in your like
I was like
early 20s.
I was like 25 and she was like 23. So when she said she had 507 children, I was shocked and I thought she was joking. So I said, it's never too late to get an abortion.
And she laughed.
She started laughing. So like, I just thought that I took that as, oh yeah, it was just a joke. Fast forward 3 months and she starts sending me pictures of all of these children. And I'm like, who are these people? And she's like, these are my kids. I have 7,323 of them. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, how did you not know? Well, I never went to her place. I never picked her up. She lived on the other side of Dallas. So she always drove to me. And I wasn't going to complain about that. I worked 12 hours a day. I was exhausted. She was like a traveling hairstylist. So like she would just take gigs, drive to people's houses. So like it was like still a difficult job, but like she was always on the road anyway. So I didn't really think about it, didn't question it. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I don't have to drive anymore. That's awesome. Yeah.
I just remember when she started sending you pictures of all these little baby children, you were like, I don't know, I think they're like younger siblings. And I was like, yeah, you sure? And you were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Just like, there's so many of them.
Yep. Oh, did we finish? Oh, we did not finish.
Oh shit, sorry.
I didn't think well, my point is you're not broken because I dated a woman with
Oh yeah, I forgot the point of that story.
with
He had no
dozens
idea.
of children. And I didn't know.
30.
I had no idea. Your body's fine. The vagina is pretty tough.
Ew.
It is. It always bounces back.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I wish I didn't get married sooner. I wish I dated a bit more before settling down. I can never get back the years I've lost. I think I am now a bit comfortable about sharing my story. I hope if one person sees this, learns that marrying early and a virgin doesn't guarantee you a better life. Also, if you're 17, don't marry a 30-year-old. That's fucking creepy. That dude's a pedo.
Sad. What bothers me the most is that her family was supportive of this relationship.
Yeah.
That is so gross to me. Like, honestly, it bothers me so much that people will look at... I hate to say it, but like, when you are not grown. You're not grown whenever you're 17 or 18 or fucking 19. Like, you can be a mature person at 19. You can be a mature person at any age, really. But you are still a child. Your brain is still developing until you are in mid to late 20s.
Yep.
And the fact that that man was 30 years old and preying upon a child, that is not okay.
Yeah, it's really gross.
Oh,
I see a lot of people criticizing women and saying nonsense that a woman who is a virgin till her marriage will always be happy, but they never speak about how many of us are dying inside. And that's the end of that one.
So sad. Do you know why men want virgins so badly? Because they don't have the experience to know that their partner is trash in bed. Like, that's literally it.
Wait, so men want virgins?
Men want virgins because,
because
I mean,
they
probably
want
women too.
That don't know. They want
they
the
want
women to not know they
inexperienced
suck.
people. Right. They want inexperienced people so that they can be like, oh, baby, like, I'm the best
I don't get that.
of all time.
I
I'm
like
so
dating
fucking good.
experienced people just
Yeah.
it's nice. Like
I want you to show me new things.
Yeah.
Like I want to be interested in our sex life. I don't want Ugh. I just don't get it. I guess it's because we're not pedophiles that we wouldn't understand. So go us. Sorry, were there any updates with this?
No updates. Someone said thank you for posting this. So many women are hurting just like you have been. I was raised in a religious, fanatical family, and their gross focus on women's purity is extremely destructive. It's hard to enjoy sex when you've been taught it's dirty, and that the more you like it, the dirtier you are. Especially after a lifetime of being valued for chastity. I'm glad you got away and are having some positive experiences. So that's the top comment.
Sorry, I was looking at your to-do list on PowerWash, and I thought it said stop edging. So that's all.
Stop edging. Never. Well, it looks like we finished the backyard as well. That's all done.
Yeah, we did it. You did it. Ooh.
Yeah, that was
man. Yours were heavy.
Yeah, they're pretty heavy.
Whew. Like I feel nauseous.
But yeah.
Well,
if you liked that, or if you have any, leave a comment. What's your opinion on both of these stories? On all three of these stories? Like, would you live in a cemetery?
You forgot mine.
No, I didn't.
I mean, you're not living in the cemetery.
Would you
it's not
live
really
in
a story.
cemetery?
I mean, that's a little bit of a different question, I feel like.
I would.
Okay,
Have
so
you
if
seen
Bradley
him?
ever... Well, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
do you want to do the outro?
Oh, sure. Sorry. Hi. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And like Bradley said, give us a little comment. What do you think about these things that make me want to vomit? And have a good day.
Yep.
And we love you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
That's not good.